Okay, welcome again to Make It Monday. Let's get started by drawing a winner for last week's shares. So I'm going to pick somebody, and you're going to receive, the person I pick will receive the Halloween card that I made last week. It is Kelly Frank. Kelly, I don't have your address, but I will message you and get that from you. So you will be receiving the card that I made last week, the Halloween card. So are you ready for today's project? We are going to make a really cute little tag topper today. This is actually one of the new products that's in the holiday catalog. So let me go ahead, I'm gonna flip my camera down and then we'll get started. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna make this really quick and cute little tag topper that's perfect for treats. And I just thought I know some of us are like returning to school, some of us aren't quite there yet, or just returning to work, different situations. I just thought this would be a really cute thing to make just as a little gift to brighten their day. So as each week, I have the project sheet over on my blog with this list of supplies and the instructions. And you can just hop over there, print it out, and you can make these yourself. So if you are interested in ordering anything, I do have my shopping link there with this month's host code. When you do place an order of at least $35 or more, I do send you the August Sweet Stampin' Friends PDF tutorial. Each month, a group of my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator friends and I, we get together, we make some really cute projects and put them in a PDF for you each month. So you can get that free with a $35 order. Also too, if you bump it up to $50, then you will also get the adhesive snowflake sequins this month. Okay, so let you know what's coming up as far as my events. I do have my Stampin' Bunko, which is going to be coming up on August 25th. However, I'm getting ready to leave to take my son to Colorado. So I'm actually closing the early registration to mail out the supplies. You'll need to register by August 14th, and I'm gonna mail all the projects out on the next day, August 15th. People can still register if there's room. They can register until that event fills. Actually, I think there's only a couple spots left for that event. I also too, I have my holiday catalog and paper ribbon shares open right now. And I think I have just a couple of spots left in that. That also closes this Friday so that I can go on ahead and get those items ordered and get them in, prepped, and out by the end of the month. Also too, I don't know if you're aware, I do have a PDF store, and right now I have several free PDF tutorials available. So if you want to hop on over, go to my blog, you can click on the PDF store, and you can look for those free PDF tutorials there and enjoy some creative time. All right, so today's project actually is going to be a lot of fun because we're going to use the new Stamp and Cut embossing machine. I don't know if you got a chance to watch my video on that last week. You'll get to see it a little bit more in action today so that you can see how cool it is. So the suite that I'm going to be using today is the Plaid Tidings suite, and it includes 4 different products. It includes the Celebrate Tidings stamp set. It includes the dies, which actually is really cool. It's got different really large label dies with some little accent die cuts that you could make. And it also includes a 48 pack of the designer series paper, which each measures 6 by 6. Got a lot of beautiful fall, winter colors, even some colors in there that are perfect for even Valentine's. So this really is a really great all occasion paper set. And then it also comes with an embroidered weave ribbon that's really soft and easy to work with. Now I'm not using the ribbon today because I decided to go with a different color, but the entire suite, you can find that on pages 56, 57 in the holiday catalog. The entire suite collection that I just showed you retails for $65.25 in the United States. All right, so let me move this over and we will get going. So I'm going to start off with I start off with a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the largest die that is in that label set, and I'm going to pull out my new stamp and emboss machine. All right, so what I did is I just folded down the doors to create my large platform. And then I'm going to take my plate 1, I'm going to take my shim, which is number 2, my plate number 3. Then I'm going to do my sandwich with my cardstock and my die. Now this is not a magnetic plate, those are coming later, but for right now this will work. And then I'm just going to sandwich it in with my other number 3 plate and roll it through. So I could, if I wanted to, I could take my, my brain just left me. I could take my scoring tool and I could score it down the middle, but I'm just gonna just gently fold this and burnish it, and it will work just fine. All right, so that's going to form our base for our tag topper. And then what I did is I used the second size down. So in this case, I'm just going to use half of it. And then what I did is I took the third size down and I'm going to cut with the white. So we're going to use our Big Shot again. Sorry, I'm just stopping to read comments. Thanks for joining me, everybody. As you're joining, if you have friends or family that you think would be interested in today's project, please share it with them. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, too, I will put you into a drawing to receive this week's project if your name is drawn. All right, so I'm going to run my Whisper White through. And if you do share, please comment that you shared, because Facebook only tells me the number that shared. It doesn't tell me specifically who shared. So if I don't know your name, I don't know whose name to put in the drawing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my image with the little pumpkins from the stamp set towards the top of this label, but under the midpoint. So I'm taking my basic black ink pad. Now, one of the things I sometimes hear from people is that with these photopolymer stamps, they don't quite ink up well. What you want to do in that case is you want to take like a scratch piece of paper and you want to just kind of ink it up and stamp it on the paper until it starts to get into kind of gets rid of that manufacturing finish so that you get a crisper image. All right, so now underneath that, I'm going to take my sentiment, which is always grateful, and I'm just going to stamp that underneath. All right. Now, I am not much of a person who likes to color. However, I really like these where it has just a little bit of coloring. That's not quite as intimidating for me. I can't do those large images. I haven't quite mastered that yet. If you are new to using the Stampin' Blends, the way that I do it that helps me out is I will just go follow the lines typically and just to create shading. So I'll put my darker color wherever there's lines. Now, people who are more artistic than me can get their shading perfectly with all the right angles, but I'm just not that talented. So I just go this way, and it works. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take my light pumpkin, my light pumpkin pie, and I'm just going to color it in. And then where I had those lines, that were from the darker one, I'm just going to go over those, just kind of blend it in a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to do a similar thing with the shaded spruce. I'm going to take the darker and I'm just going to follow the veins of the leaves. I see several of you are liking this plaid paper. I am not normally a plaid person, but I have to say I love the paper, this plaid paper. It is really pretty. All right, so I'm going to color in with my light shaded spruce. And then I'm going to come in because I want to tie in some of my Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to come back. Oops, I forgot a leaf there. And a leaf there. And a leaf there. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my light Blackberry Bliss. And I'm just going to color in what to me looks kind of like little berries. It may be leaves, but we're going to make them berries this time. Just to bring in, to tie in some of that color into our project. Oh, there was a leaf. Oops, I'm going to have to come back with that one. Okay, guys, any of you who own the Stampin' Blends, I don't know if you're aware, we do have a corrector. I'm going to try to correct where I colored the leaf and see if I can show you how it works. So if you do make a mistake, you can try using this color corrector. Now it may not fully take it off, but it can lighten it for you. And you just kind of dab on it. And as you can see, it gets lighter and lighter the more you use it. It kind of just basically dilutes it. So that way you can go back with the color that you intended to use. And then I'm just going to color in the little stalks of my pumpkins with soft suede. All right, so now we are ready to assemble our project. What I did is I just took a basic, one of our Stampin' Up! Clear envelopes, and I put in, I actually found some, remember the old time root beer barrel candies? Well, I found them at my local store recently, so I went ahead and I thought it tied in nicely with the Blackberry Bliss and the fall colors. So I put 10 of those in the bag, and we're gonna close that up. And then we are ready to start assembling. So what I did is I'm gonna take and I'm gonna fold this over the top. I'm gonna squish my candy down. Now, one of the things, anytime you're doing like a tag topper, you don't want the person you're giving it to get their fingers snagged on the staple. So I always like to staple from the back. So determine where your back is, and you want your smooth side of your staple to be on the back. And then that way your rough side will be on the front and it won't snag as much. So what we'll do is we're just going to start putting this together. So I'm going to put my piece of designer series paper on the front. That's actually going to cover up those staples to give it a nice clean look. And then we're just going to put that on. And then here I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of gently fold that over and crease it. And then we're just going to glue it over. Now, I would usually use my bone folder to crease that, but I don't know what I do with it. It's around here somewhere. I don't know what happened. So I'm just going to put that over the top. And as you can see, it covered the staples nicely, so we can have a nice smooth, nice finished edge. And I could also too, I could just write a little note to the person. And then lastly, what we're going to do is we are going to add our bow to finish up our project. So I'm using the Bumblebee cotton ribbon, and I'm just going to put it on my tag here at the base with a glue dot. And we are done. Do y'all like that project? Like I said, it's really simple, doesn't require a lot of supplies, and it's just a fun, really fun suite to work with. So guys, I'm going to turn my camera back up and just to say goodbye to you and tell you what's coming up for next week. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that project. I did want to let you know that next week I'm going to be taking my son to college in Colorado, and so I will not be able to Make It Monday next week. However, I do have something that I want to share with you. I actually designed a class several months ago, but I didn't actually list it yet because some of the supply items kept going on back order, and I just was like, it wasn't good timing to show it to you yet. But I will show it to you. I'll have a video, pre-recorded video for you showing you that project kit. So if you want to sign up for it, that you can start doing that on Monday. Guys, I really do. I appreciate you being with me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Until then, take care, stay safe, and happy stamping. Bye, guys. Take care.